A mile and a quarter, £1.3 million. Pitco Champion Stakes in the field leave the stalls. Pretty level break, although on the inside, Calandigan missed it by 3 and actually has to be rousted along to hold that spot by Stefan Pasquier. Not the ideal beginning. And Economics is quite free as well. So out in the lead early on, Royal Rhyme in the yellow colours, Continuous moving forward. Continuous's rider glanced across to see where Los Angeles was on the outside of Economics with King's Gambit held wide. Calandigan picked up the bridle, made midfield with See the Fire and Anmaat early on. Towards the back, Iracine is towards the tail of the field in company with Nashwa, and Persica went back from that outside gate, which means Continuous it is who leads them into Swinley Bottom with Los Angeles on the outsides. That familiar O'Brien formation at the front. Royal Rhyme in third, King's Gambit is fourth. Economics is 3 wide on the outside of Calandigan, who's in traffic on the running rail behind Anmaat. Then See the Fire, Persica out wide with Nashwa, and Iracine is shuffled towards the back of the pack, who've made their way inside the final 3/4 of a mile, heading towards the halfway stage. Continuous with Los Angeles on the outside, King's Gambit 3 wide. Anmaat comes next on the outer of Royal Rhyme. Calandigan and See the Fire with Economics towards the outside white-faced blue jacket. Persica is even wider on the course. Nashwa towards the back in company with Iracine. Continuous and Los Angeles are the front two. Bit of pressure applied by King's Gambit for Oisin Murphy towards the outside. Then Royal Rhyme. Economics on the outside of Anmaat. Calandigan will just need some luck. Is surrounded at the moment. Persica then See the Fire as they make the turn in with Nashwa out in the lead. Continuous. Los Angeles is poised. Royal Rhyme. Economics goes towards the outside. Calandigan absolutely surrounded on the running rail where it's very busy indeed. It is Continuous. Persica at a huge price. Then Royal Rhyme. Calandigan having a barging match with Los Angeles. Economics trying to get out in the clear. A very messy race. Calandigan spies the gap as Economics and Royal Rhyme go for the line. It's Calandigan inside the last now with room to operate. Royal Rhyme at a massive price. Anwar barges his way through and See the Fire. Calandigan. Anwar down the outside and Anwar, a shock winner of the Champion Stakes, runs down Calandigan. Royal Rhyme, Iracine from a mile back. See the Fire, Economics behind those. King's Gambit, Persica, Los Angeles, Continuous and Nashwa. An absolute bun fight up the home straight. Barging here, barging there, and Anmaat for Jim Crowley and Owen Burros, and the colours that failed with Baid a couple of years ago have won for Shadwell. Calandigan looked as if he got out of jail as Royal Rhyme ran so well. Didn't see whether Iracine was anyway unlucky in getting a run because he's run on strongly to finish in fourth. Economics had a chance to get out, just couldn't quicken on the day. Calandigan got the gap, came to win, but no one told Anmaat. Jim Crowley and Owen Burros for Shadwell, the winners of the Kipco Champion Stakes.
40 to 1, the winner of the Champion Stakes. Jim Crowley grins from ear to ear. Owen Burros is so deadly in these big races. Baid couldn't do it. Anmaat can. Oh my word, good luck Ruby Walsh picking the bones out of this. This was a rough old race, Jason.
Yeah, it certainly was. Long way from home. Persica, Sean Levy was absolutely leaning all over Tom Marquand as they rounded the home turn, and fair dues to Economics. He's managed to sort of bat his way into contention, if you like. No reply to the late rush. He actually got it from the inside as well. The eventual winner smuggled up in behind for that last challenge. Last one to go.
I think he was delighted when the gaps opened up when they did, because he, at one moment, even Jim was thinking he had nowhere to go, but luckily his horse, once the gap did come, because here you can just see Jim just motionless, kind of waiting. Obviously the gap got closed and he got shuffled back a little bit. Luckily he had enough horse kind of underneath him to take him through.
Look at the rail, Adele, because you've got Calandigan in the green. Look at Iracine in the pink.
Yeah, we just kind of see it unfold now, and even just, I think even a few doors, looked like they were opening and closing on a few people there.
It's a bit like last year, especially on the inner track here. It's tighter, you think, when you want to be prominent, you want to be well placed, a bit like the fillies and the mares. But actually last year, King of Steel and Via Sistina came from way back. They didn't seem to be going a hugely strong tempo, but Los Angeles capitulated. He then caused a bit of a ruckus with King's Gambit and others, but Jim was able to weave his way through and nab it on the line. It was some ride.
Baid couldn't do it at 1 to 4. Anmaat for Jim Crowley's done it at 40 to 1, Ollie.
Well, it really is the most remarkable sport. That was an exhilarating race.
He wants to go again.
He wants to go again, I'm hearing. You couldn't do it at 1 to 4 on Baid, but you did it at 4. Sorry. I was trying to make the point that racing, you have to prepare for everything, really. 40 to 1. The bookies and punters didn't really give you much chance, but he's bounced back today, Jim.
Listen, he wasn't going to run after his disappointment. We wanted to go to the Prix-Dollar. We missed the Irish Champion Stakes because we thought he'd been off a long time, and this was his day. And obviously he disappointed in France. It was a mess of a race, and he didn't get in any sorts of trouble like he did there, but he didn't finish. And today, he had a lovely position going round, but unfortunately, the horses I were tracking, who were good horses, Los Angeles, they cut out turning in. And then we just had nowhere to go.
What are you thinking then?
I can't say it on air. But in fairness to the horse, once he got that gap, he went. And he's been off a year injured as well. So a lot of credit goes to Owen, the team back at Shadwell, to get him back. Not only get him back, but as good as ever. And he was in the Eclipse, and I was convinced he'd beat Paddington and a few others that day. I was convinced of it. And he went wrong the day before. And it's just great to get him back.
I wasn't highlighting it was your fault with Baid. The point I was making, as I said earlier, you know, when you come to a race day and you've got high hopes with Baid and it doesn't play out as you unfold, and then you come here and obviously he delivers, it clearly means a tremendous amount winning races of this magnitude. How special is it for you to round off the year in this way?
Unbelievable. Look, it's been a little bit of a slow year. We haven't had the firepower that we've had in the past. So winners like this aren't as so easy to come by. So it's very special.
Do you think you'd win it today?
I knew we were coming with a live chance. I wasn't sure when I was all tucked up and nowhere to go, but fairness to the horse, he done the job.
You know where you're going now, the winner's enclosure. Well done, Jim.
Jim has now done the big double on Champions Day. He won the QE2 on Baid a few years ago. He's now won the Kipco Champion Stakes. For Shadwell Estates, for Owen Burros and Jim Crowley, Anmaat won the Kipco Champion Stakes.
Please give them a welcome back to the enclosure. The winner of the Kipco Champion Stakes for 2024, Anmaat and Jim Crowley.
So let's confirm that result. Angus Gold, the racing manager for Shadwell, with his back to us. Anmaat, 40 to 1. Calandigan went off the 6-4 favourite. The ground he gave away at the start, he quickened to the front. He would have traded bigger at the start and then traded very short, I imagine. Royal Rhyme has run a huge rate for Sheikh Mohammed Abaid, Clifford Lee and Carl Burke. What a season those guys are having. Owen Burros on the right there. In these big races, his strike rate is phenomenal. A race, Jason, we're going to have to watch over and over again.
Yeah, we are. You know, I certainly feel that the eventual second, he's going to be thinking slowly away and rushed up by his rider. You cannot do that up at the top level. So for him to get through, Jim was coming back and going even further back, and he was looking left-handed. I don't know if there's a moment Ruby might be able to pick that out, but he was looking left-handed, thinking I need some daylight, and then he went back inside for a second re-rally. So an amazing performance from the eventual winner. I feel a touch for the second. It's all been very, very messy for him from
How important was that start and the ground he lost at the beginning?
You give away weight, you cannot give away start, Ed, but then to rush up afterwards, that's the thing. And they had a thought process, didn't they, where they wanted to be.